Hey you guys, my name is Courtney Jay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Casually Me. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Courtney Jay and we are back with another set talk video. As you can tell by the title, I am going to be sharing with you guys what stripping has taught me. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I've been dancing since 2021. I started my journey in Charlotte and then I used to travel dance, and now we are in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. I'm settled here now, and the Courtney that made the how to revamp your hustle in the strip club video, I made that a few years ago. That video still attracts people to this day and I appreciate that so much. And I no longer do stripper vlogs because I've just decided to do other things with my life and share that with you guys, just to give a sum up version of my journey thus far with that. However, I had an epiphany and felt very inspired to make this video for you guys. The past 3 months have been amazing, and I honestly think it's because of these 3 things that I am going to be sharing with you guys in this here video. If you haven't already, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe so that you can stay tuned for more videos from your favorite YouTuber, Courtney Jay. And let's go ahead and get into the rest of the video. So the 3 main things that stripping has taught me has been to honor myself for 1, value myself for 2, and thinking more abundantly for 3. And as you know, I always have to have my notes because I don't know if it's the Gemini in me, but I literally will get distracted and overtalk, and I just really desire to keep things very, very cool, very cool. In regards to honoring myself means listening to my needs, setting boundaries, and respecting my own energy. Now, in the club and also in the outside world, you have to know your boundaries, okay? Because you'll have people in the club that will treat you as if you're nothing. They'll think you'll settle for anything. They think that you'll be okay with them touching you in a way that you don't want to be touched, or talk to you in a way you don't desire to be talked towards, you know what I mean? For me, although I have a very sweet presence and I have a high-pitched voice and people resonate with my innocence, they think that they could take advantage of that. So I've had to just set boundaries and get comfortable with telling people, no, I don't desire to do this. I don't want you to do that to me. I don't desire to answer those type of questions. I've gotten to a point now where I've talked to so many people. When I come across someone, we don't judge people off how they look. Don't judge a book by its cover. But pay attention to the things that they say in their body language. So there's just certain things that people say to where I just know how the conversation is gonna go. So after like the first few sentences, I'm already set in tone with what I gotta do, how I gotta talk, and things like that, right? So I've just become so much more assertive in just telling people I don't desire to have these type of conversations. Like, some people will ask you dumb questions to deflect from the fact that they're not trying to give you money, or they're just there chilling, wasting time, and they literally will waste your energy if you allow them to, if you're not aware of what they're doing. So honoring myself in that aspect is I'm not about to have conversations with people that aren't trying to pay me. I'm not getting paid to answer personal questions. I'm not telling you my real name. I'm not about to sit here and gossip with you and talk to you about, oh, is the club busy? Why is it so slow right now? You don't want to do like, they literally will come up with like the dumbest things to say to deflect. Honoring myself is peeping deflection. Heavy on that. In the outside world as well, you have to peep when people are deflecting from things, okay? Because ignoring people that deflect, you're just going to be wasting your time. Honoring yourself is respecting your energy and where you put it, okay? And that's like really a big one too. For some reason, the men in the club, they assume that girls have drama. And at my club, personally, I don't have no drama with nobody. I personally think a lot of us get along well with each other. That doesn't mean that there's not drama, but it's neither here or there for me. You know what I mean? And you just don't want to dive deep into conversations like that with grown men, because grown men don't gossip. Grown men aren't in drama. So when you are in the club and you come across men that ask you questions that equate to drama, that is a red flag, and you need to go ahead and switch gears into getting what you need from that person. 100%. Honoring myself is not running to do something for a customer, right? And he has another girl on his lap, but he thinks because I'm so kind and sweet that he could just ask me to do whatever he needs to do. And that runs deep. And I have to say that because that also equates to just prioritizing myself. I've come too far in my journey and having to learn how to prioritize myself. And it might seem petty to some, but if you're in the club, then you get it. There's guys, especially here in Atlanta, I've had to learn, like, these dudes will literally feel like they can act like a woman and ask you to do stuff for them, but then they'll turn on their masculine trait for another person. And that makes me think that you're not prioritizing me or my time or my energy respectfully. This just happened recently, actually. The guy was actually good for it. But I'm just in a space right now where I'm just like, if you are not ready for me, if you don't desire me in this present moment, or if I got everything I could out of you, do not ask me to do nothing for you. Please don't. Because if you have another girl in your lap, why can you not ask her to do that? Why are you asking me? But I definitely flipped it, and dude had a tab open, so I definitely ordered on his tab. But either way, those are just few examples of how I've learned how to honor myself, okay? And literally, it gets easier. The more you start saying no, the more conversations that you have with people, and you can use your discernment to realize how the conversation is gonna go. You just get more confident and more assertive and just honoring yourself to the fullest capacity. So honor yourself by saying no to things that are not gonna pay you. Honor yourself by not engaging in conversations that are deflecting from that person's purpose in being in that club. Honor yourself by not allowing people to do stuff to you, touch on you, or anything like that for $20 or $50. Honoring myself is not giving somebody my phone number just because they gave me $40, $50. In the most loving way, I just have to decline, you know? And I do have to share this little story time, okay? So there was this one time, y'all, I did something crazy. And I've never done something like this before, okay? I was with this customer. He always comes in there. He doesn't come in there now after what I did, but he used to always come in there, right? And I stopped talking to him 2 years ago because he was trying to do too much on the floor. And I'm just like, I'm not okay with this. I honor myself so much now. I literally tell customers, okay, I'm done dancing for you. And I'm still gonna get the money. Because no, I literally love that I'm like that now. I literally tell people to their face, I'm done. I'm not doing this. We're good. I'm done. I'm so quick to be like, I'm done, okay? But yeah, so he was trying to do too much on the floor, and so I just stopped talking to him. I would ignore him all the time. And then I don't know what happened, but 2025 rolled around. Dude was feeling generous towards me, which I appreciate, right? And he was on his best behavior until he wasn't. And then on top of that, he tried to play and not pay me. The biggest thing that a lot of people don't realize happen in strip clubs, these people will feel like they can steal from us and play with us as if we're finessing. Whole time, I'm not even finessing you in this moment, and you think that I'm lying about how much you owe me and you want to downplay me about how much you owe me is crazy. And then on top of that, you're a grown man, you're like 60, if that. Going back and forth over money is even crazier. But yeah, he tried to do all that, right? So respectfully, I threw his food over the bar because he had me effed up again. And that's why I'm just like, I'm very sweet, but don't piss me off. I am my mother's child and I'm a Gemini. Don't piss me off. Not saying that I would do that again, but I just feel like you have to set the tone with people so they know not to play with you, because they will if you let them. And I threw his food over the bar. He got upset. I didn't care. You didn't want to do something for me, so now I'm going to take away what you just ordered. Bye. And it did hit the bartender. The bartender got upset. And I'm just like hysterical. I'm crying in the manager's office. You know, I'm venting. And I'm telling the bartender, like, this has absolutely nothing to do with you. You are not the target. I promise you were not the target. I didn't even know you were there. My focus isn't you. It's on this man. But moral of the story, he doesn't come in the club anymore. And if he does come back, if he's not banned, then every time I see him, his food and drink is just going to get tossed in the trash or thrown. But the gag is that same customer has done that to other girls too. So awareness on the club's part. Let's prioritize people not taking advantage of the girls. That's like another thing in the strip club too, if you're not aware, or if you've never done it before. You have to deal with some customers like that. But honestly, transparently, it wasn't until I came to Atlanta where I had to experience guys like that. When I was dancing in other environments, I never really experienced the men not paying me what they owed me. It was very, 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 very under 2% of that ever happening. So just to put that out there. To sum up category 1, honoring myself taught me that my peace and my standards come first before money, pressure, or anybody else's expectations. Now, the second thing that stripping has taught me is valuing myself. And valuing myself for me just basically just means that I know I'm the prize. I'm a trophy. It's knowing that I don't desire to get out of my softness for anybody. And the situation that I literally just told you guys about is really what triggered me to get into the space where I'm like, I don't desire to get out of my softness for anybody. No, I'm not gonna let nobody play with me, but I really don't desire to get out of my softness for anybody. When you come across men that are so respectful, that are so sweet, they really set the tone for real. And then when you come across women that value themselves, that carry themselves very well, that attract things into their lives that are a reflection of what you desire for yourself, that prosperous energy definitely feeds off on you. It feeds off on me. I think that energetically wise, we all feed off of each other. When you're just around people that value themselves, you have no choice but to value yourself if you never learned how to value yourself or if you were never taught. You know what I mean? And a few examples in regards to valuing yourself in the club, right, is realizing that you don't have to prove your worth to anyone, including the men in the club. And that goes heavy back into guys having conversations with you to deflect from their purpose and spending money in the club. I love telling people that I don't desire to answer deep questions. It's like, but also I feel like a lot of people don't realize when you build a rapport with the girls and you have a relationship with them and the girl feels comfortable, we naturally are going to submit to you and give you a little bit of access to us. And I think that the men that want so much from us straight on, they don't realize that if you're just cool, be cool. If you cool and you prioritizing us and treating us like you value us as well, you're gonna naturally get all the things that you say that you want in regards to information. This had to be clear. When you value yourself, you talk to people differently. You talk to customers differently. You talk to people in the outside world differently. You don't have to beg for attention. You don't have to doubt your price. And something happened recently, actually. I realized that my negotiation skills, gotta love it. There was a guy, right? And again, very good for it. He wanted me and another girl. He wanted us to just chill with him, eat, dance for like hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever the case may be. Now, because the club was like during this period, every girl was with somebody already. There wasn't really any other customer to go to get money off of because everybody was busy. So me and the other girl, from my perspective, I felt like we wasn't missing out on anything because there's nothing else going around, right? But the man, he wanted to just give us like $250, right? Finessed it. Definitely got at least 500. I was able to negotiate that. Okay, gotta love it. And it's just been other aspects I've noticed, like just me being more in my softness and not leaving that softness, and also not acting from a place of lack and desperation. Things flow to me way more. I have the perspective and energy that I'm gonna be straight regardless. So if you don't agree to something that I suggest, then cool. On to the next, with all love. And I say with all love because I just feel better moving with love. Like, it's okay for us to agree and disagree. But at the end of the day, this is just what it is. So I got him to give me and the other girl 500 a piece or whatever, just to start off with. The night moved on from there. I feel like some guys like to see girls go back and forth about like money and things like that. And that's just not me. That's just not my energy. It doesn't feel good to be that way. You know what I mean? I value myself too much. You either are gonna pay me this, you're either gonna give me this attention, or you're not. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world. I'm in this space now, especially after listening to Shira 7, if you know, you know, and reading Robert Greene's books. It's like, in and outside the club, everything ties in together with how you have to go about things. At the end of the day, I know my value. I'm gonna stick to what I say. You're either going to do this or not. You're either gonna prioritize me or you're not. And I'm gonna be cool and move on to the next person. But I'm gonna still treat you with love because you're gonna always come back. And maybe it's the Gemini in me, but a lot of people say they don't know if I like them or if I hate them, but they like that push and pull. So I still benefit at the end of the day because they're gonna come back. So when you have that energy by yourself too, like, you know they're gonna come back, you don't even gotta get out your body, okay? Just be cool. Be cool. Everybody be cool. Value yourself. In regards to that, valuing myself changed everything, my energy, my money, and my standards. And it's been pretty darn great. You just feel way more powerful, and I generally think that you deal with less BS when you value yourself because you're not energetically putting yourself in a place of lack. You know what I mean? And the third thing that stripping has taught me is thinking more abundantly. Abundance isn't just about money. It is a mindset. It's believing there's always more than enough for me. And I love that I've been in that mindset, okay? Even in how I go about my routine, y'all, I've changed my routine. And ever since I've changed my routine, I've attracted so much more. I'm not even joking how magical my life has been just by me changing my routine, just by me telling myself I'm always taken care of and provided for, by me simply just telling myself that there's no competition. I had an epiphany in the shower, which triggered me to make this video. I'm just like, yo, we've been programmed and conditioned to think that it has to just be one. But we all literally have to depend on each other for something. We're all gonna need somebody for something. 48 laws of power, one of the laws talks about don't isolate yourself because it just makes you an easier target, okay? And it's so true. When you have an abundant mindset, you realize that you gotta have people. People that own these big corporations, they understand this. Music, record labels and things like that, model agencies. There's a reason why they're gonna always sign people, because not one person is going to gravitate towards everybody. So when you're able to have people that can gravitate towards other people, it's gonna bring things in, more in. Thinking abundantly is realizing that there's no competition in the strip club. Everybody has to do well. When people come in there and they see everybody doing well, they're gonna want to add on to that abundance, okay? And the bartenders are getting tipped, the skinny girls are getting tipped, the BBL girls are getting tipped, everybody's getting tipped, right? Everybody's having a great time. Everybody is a preference. There's no need to be selfish and being attached to customers. And that also goes back to honoring and valuing yourself. Like, you know what I mean? I'm even in a space now, this might be a little bit off topic, but it's on topic. There is a guy and he wanted me to stay. You know, he knows me, we danced or whatever. He wanted me to come back. I personally was in the energy of I'm ready to go, right? So I'm just like, at this point, you have to pay me to want to stay. And the reason why I'm like that is because after being in the club for a while, you realize some customers will ask you to stay and they will literally be legitimate, or sometimes they're full of crap, or sometimes they just got drunk and forget. But at the end of the day, if I'm already in the space of wanting to leave and you basically are asking me to wait for you, you have to compensate me for waiting for you. And I don't care how that may sound, but that's just my energy now. Because if I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. I've been here for a long time. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to sleep. So if you want me to stay, I'll stay. Like if I'm not busy with somebody else, then okay. But if I'm not and I'm ready to go, whatever money that you were going to spend on somebody else, in my brain, that just means that you could have spent that on me and you would have had more than enough to pay her and me. See? You see how I'm spreading the abundance towards the customer as well? I'm thinking abundantly for him too, right? Right. Abundance in that example is I'm straight regardless. I'm going to leave because I'm tired. I'm great. I'm good. You're good. Have fun with the other girls. I'm ready to go. And then in another light is valuing myself and my time and my energy. If you want me to stay, you got to pay for me to stay because you might forget. And I think the dude thought I was playing. And that's what I say, he knows me. Like, he knows me, so we cool. But he definitely texted me. He was like, where you at? And I was like, I left. Like, I was so serious. And then I'm also in this energy now about myself where I'm like, I can receive money without me even having to be in the club. Abundant mindset. I don't have to be in the club. If someone really likes you for real, they'll just send you the money. And that goes from experiencing men that do that. So again, when you experience men that just do certain things, it just adds to your abundant mindset. Like, yeah, I know what I can experience because I've experienced it before numerous times. So I know that I'm gonna be straight regardless. Okay? I know that I can work with other girls and it's never a competition. We all gotta eat. We all gotta prosper. She has bills to pay. They have bills to pay. I have bills to pay. I have a life to live. They have a life to live. She has a life to live. What good does it do to be in a selfish type of energy, guys? You don't need to be selfish and attached to customers or attached to people or attached to outcomes when you abundantly know that you are already taken care of and provided for and you good, and there's always another person, another day, another event, another whatever. There's just always another. There's always more than enough. You don't need to be attached to a customer if he's with another girl. If he respects you and values you, he's going to take care of you regardless. And if he doesn't take care of you that night, just don't give him attention until he does. Be a girl's girl. Use your discernment, but be a girl's girl. Whatever somebody else got going on has nothing to do with you, and it's not going to stop you or your bag or their bag. Like, be cool. Be cool. And in regards to the outside world as well, being young and dating and things like that, at the end of the day, moral of the story, there's always another, there's always more, always another day, another event, whatever the case may be. There's no need to be attached to anything. And I say all that to say, honor yourself, value yourself, think more abundantly. There's no competition. You're always going to be taken care of. Prioritize yourself. Don't let anybody not prioritize you. And don't lose and leave your softness for anybody. And if you do, regulate your emotions and get yourself back to yourself, and you're going to be more than okay. So that is it for this here video, you guys. I pray that you took something from it. This can also relate to people that are not in the nightlife industry, but if you are, then you can relate. Comment down below certain things that you have learned in certain situations, or the type of lifestyle that you have, and the things that your lifestyle or your job or whatever has taught you and helped you in your life in and outside of that environment. I pray that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe again to join the family. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @SeeMeLiving. And all of my other socials are linked in the description box below and my link tree. Also, don't forget to tune into my live streams. I go live on my TikTok and I go live on my YouTube. So just follow me so that you can stay tuned for when I go live on those platforms. And I pray that you guys have an amazing day, amazing night, amazing start to your day, middle of the day. Have an amazing month. Have an amazing week, whatever time you are watching this. And until next time, my lovelies, bye.
So you just who I was, outside the things that a man can be done, outside of the things that would cause you to judge.